Oops. There we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live Q&A session about the iWorkinSport job fair that will happen in a week's time here in Lausanne, Switzerland. And yeah, it's great to have you joining us. I see that there's already some people online. It would be great before we start, as people keep joining us, if you can let me know two things: where you're watching from, and if you already registered for the job fair or not. Maybe you're on the fence, maybe you're here because you're undecided, you want to know more about it, or maybe you're here because you're already registered and want to know how to make the most out of the experience, understand exactly how that will work. So just let me know in the comments what is your situation, so that will help us out. Yeah, Bijit Sarkar is already registered. Ella Joannes will be joining us there as a volunteer, and she knows the event. But anyway, I will try to make this as quick as possible. It's well, it'll take maybe 30 minutes or so, perhaps a little more. It depends on, your questions as well. What is it that you'd like to know? So I think that the best way, what I do have is some frequently asked questions that I get all the time. I have already prepared some for you. So we'll tackle those. And if you have other questions, just leave in the comments as well, and then we'll get to that. Right, Eduard is in Switzerland, already registered. Jose Antonio in Quito, Ecuador, and traveling this weekend. So good trip for you, Jose. Right, I don't know if I introduced myself. My name is Joao Frigerio. I'm the founder of iWorkinSport. Great to see you here. Let's get to the Q&As. That's why we're here. Let's start with what is the iWorkinSport job fair and how does it work? So I'll give an overall look, right? So the job fair basically is the place where recruiters from sports companies, sports organizations go to meet talent, right? To meet candidates that are in turn looking for opportunities in sports. So we connect those two ends of this equation, right? So almost we imagine that almost like a trade fair, but instead of buying one end buying, the other one selling, it's really one is hiring, the other end is looking for an opportunity. This is the primary idea of the job fair. Okay, now so the way it's set up, you're gonna be it takes place at the Swiss Tech Convention Center, the super nice convention center in Lausanne, Switzerland. And the main area of the event is the exhibit area. So there will be several stands from companies that will be recruiting, mostly with their talent acquisition and HR team. There will be, in some occasions, people from the business as well that are hiring and looking for talent. And the idea is that you're gonna go and meet them, right? Obviously, you can prepare in advance, and there's ways to do that. It's not only about you getting there with your CV and introducing yourself for the first time to them. You also have the opportunity to apply for positions. I will show you in a bit the website, how you can apply for jobs, and the recruiters will get your applications and will book interviews with you in advance. So actually, if I share here, there was a quick video at the start. I will just show that again. It's less than 1 minute, and I'll go over that for a few things. Right. So there's obviously the text, but you can see more or less what it looks like. It's a simple in every company. Then obviously there's an auditorium as well. So in addition to the job fair, there are presentations. I will go over the program with you guys in a second. All right, and so you to talk to all the recruiters. All stands consist of this greeting desk where you can just arrive and have a chat with them, and an interview table. There is there you guys can hear me okay? I don't know if there's some problem with the connection. Let me take this out. Well, I hope that you can hear me okay. So you're gonna get there. Every company will have their booth. There's a greeting desk. If you don't have any appointment with them, you can just go and talk to them. If you booked an interview in advance, there will also be an interview table there where you have an interview, a speed dating type of thing. So we split the day into 15 sessions of 20 minutes, right? Starting at 10 a.m., 10, 10, 20, 10, 40, 11, so on and so forth, right? At the same time, there will be some presentations happening at the auditorium as well. There we will start with 2 panels, and then each company, or most of the companies that will be there, will also introduce themselves, right? There will be company presentations. At the end, there will be a coaching session. I will tell you more about that. And at the very end, at 4:30, we will close with a keynote speech by Mariana Banus. She's the head of the FIFA Foundation, and will give an inspiring talk, inspiring presentation there. Okay. Let me see. So what are the companies hiring at the events, and for what roles? I will share another screen here. Right. This is how you enter in the website. If you don't have this this link here, it's very easy. You go to iWorkinSport.com/job fair, right? And here at registration, or when you go down, there will be another option for you to register. You will click, and it will take you to this page. All right. If you're not registered, you're going to press here to register, right? We'll go over that later. If you're already registered, like I am, you can simply enter the event, and there will be some information there for you. Let me just check in the comments here if you guys can hear me okay. Right. So these here are the current positions being offered, right? And there are several. So if we start with Adidas, here there are multiple opportunities here. In fact, when you open this page, there are a few examples of positions for which they will be hiring. But in fact, if you follow this link, Let's see if this is better. It seems like there was a problem with the other connection. Can you tell me if you can hear me well? Let me just... Sorry for that. Can you hear me okay? Is that all right? I hope that it's okay. Yeah. Malu can hear me. Muskan says okay. There is no problem right now. Okay. Sorry. I hope that you got the information about what the job fair is. Now we're going over the positions that are available there, right? So as I was saying, if you check here, Adidas, actually you can go to their there's a link there that takes you to all the positions in their headquarters. If you find anything that it's your cup of tea, if it's good for you, you can mention that when you apply. So in theory, there are dozens of positions for you to choose from. The African Football Confederation has 5 positions there, and you can see corporate events manager, senior manager, general secretary office. Common Sports, an agency here from Lausanne, is hiring for a partner success manager. Elevate has 2 openings now, but there are 4 to be included tonight or tomorrow morning. The European Club Association is looking for a data analyst, and they're also receiving spontaneous applications. So if you have interest in the ECA, you can tell them what you're interested in, and perhaps they'll book an interview with you. The Lausanne FC, Stade Lausanne Uchi, they're looking for a commercial manager and digital content creation intern. So you have a manager and an intern position. FIBA has a few others, communication associates, event senior associates, internships as well. Infront is another company that has multiple opportunities. The IOC have a few, 2 legal ones actually. Then there's manager intelligence and investigations of this Olympic movements unit. Also interested in receiving applications for internships. The International Skating Union is looking for a legal counsel and a brand coordinator. Major Events International for a host city development manager. Sport Carrière, they're a partner of iWorkinSport this year, specifically to present our workshop to the recruiters the evening before. And they are recruiting on behalf of On Location 2 places for Paris La Défense Arena and the European Le Mans Series. And we have a WIS team as well, looking for a delivery manager. The World Aquatics is still going to post openings here. And iWorkinSport will be recruiting for 2 positions too. We'll be looking for a community manager and a sales executive, right? Recently we posted a message from Andrew, the person who's working with us since 2 years. We recruited them at our job fair 2 years ago, and he's based in Singapore, between Singapore and Bangkok now. Let's see. I hope that covers, the roles. I hope that you find exciting. So there's managers' roles, there are interns, there's legal, there's brand, there's all types of roles there. Okay. So what time is the event? So we will start. We open doors at 8:30, right? Actually, if I go and share my screen again, this is good because I can show you what this, so I entered the space in that app, and you have a few buttons here. One of them is the schedule, right? So we open doors at 8:30, and from 8:30 to 9:30, there's arrival, accreditation, and we actually kick off at 9:30, right? And I will go over the rest of the program later. Can anyone attend the event, or is it for students or graduates of sports and management programs only? That's a good question. We obviously partner with several academic programs, right? And indeed, the majority of people attending are current students and current graduates from our academic partners. But no, it is open for anyone really that would like to attend. In fact, we have some recent stories of quite senior people being hired at the job fair. Last year, someone who 2 years ago was actually exhibiting with the Servette football club. When I called them to see if they wanted to exhibit again, he told me he was, leaving the job. So he attended as a candidate and was hired by the International Equestrian Federation. We had another person that's Egyptian, came all the way. He was based in Saudi Arabia, I think, but came all the way here to meet in person the representatives of CAF, so he could go back to his home country, and was hired as their commercial director, right? So we had companies hiring for head ofs, and we usually have some seasoned professionals attending as well. Okay, I see that there's some questions and comments coming. I will get, well, not to the end. There's one here that I'll reply right away. Uskan says, can we apply for multiple positions at one company? What would be your personal suggestion? Hi, Muskan, good question. Yes. The thing is, you have to see if your profile matches what they're looking for, right? If the company has two very similar positions, for instance, the IOC has two legal roles, right? So it is possible that one lawyer might show interest in both of them. It is also possible that they have, a larger expertise in, I don't know, intellectual property, so they go for the IP counsel, and we'll focus on that one. But if your profile is strong, if you really think that you would be a strong candidate for more than one position, yes, why not? But just don't apply for everything that you see, I would say. Marcel has a question here. I will get back to that later. Let me just see one thing. Marta, in addition to the companies that are confirmed. So I was going to leave this to the end, but Marta is asking if other companies that are not exhibiting will be looking at applications, if I understood correctly, right? They're no, so UEFA won't be looking at your applications there. This is, to be frank, even I don't know the position that you're applying for. Okay, so it's there's privacy. All the applications that you're making, you're applying directly to the companies. They will receive it and they will come back to you.
So no, it's only, companies can access the platform, have a look at your CV, but don't really expect them to do that. We do have an option to upload the CV there, but it's better if you actually send them directly and bring a copy of your CV to the job fair. Let me go back to the other questions and come back to your new questions in a bit. So I heard there is an online version. How does that work? Right. Yes, there is an online version. Please do not mistake it with the iWorkinSport virtual job fair. Right. We do have a product called the virtual job fair. We've had a few editions of that. And in it, it really emulates the actual job fair. So all the recruiters participate from their own offices. They go to their own virtual stands, and you can go to those stands and you will download, their presentations. You will watch, the videos that they have on their own stands. You will talk to recruiters face to face, either via text or via video, talking with the recruiters in real time, right? This is not what we're doing this time. We had many requests to provide, the contents of the job fair online. So we will go over the program, and there are very, very interesting presentations, nice panels, companies presenting themselves, and mostly the online version of the job fair will be access to watch the content from the auditorium. Now, everyone that has an online ticket can also see all the jobs that are available, and they have the ability to send their application to all recruiters, right? And then they will write in their cover letters or so explaining, I'm not going to be there in person. Can we schedule a video call? And then the recruiters will probably, the majority of them will favor, talking to people that are there in person. But obviously, if they see a CV, see an application, and they find that you're a strong candidate, they will certainly get back to you and say, yeah, let's schedule a call maybe for the day after or next week or something like that. Always think that every recruiter that is there, every company that is there, they are there because they are in need of finding talent, right? So if you apply and your CV is strong and get their attention, and they are at the job fair and they talk to some candidates, and those candidates don't seem as strong as you are, they will get back to you, right? Having said that, there's obviously no guarantee whatsoever that they will invite you for an interview. And that also, to be frank, it's true for everyone attending in person. Okay. Next. So how can I apply for interviews at the job fair? So as I explained, I will just share here the screen again. If I go here to the lobby and say CAF, for instance, I'm interested in corporate events manager there in Cairo. I will see the job description. And then at the end, there will be a way to apply. Okay, either it's going to be an email address. Sometimes it's a link to their own system that you need to register and apply from there. So for instance, if you go to Infront, for instance, you will go to their own system, and there you will indicate that you're applying from the job fair. So they know how to they will filter your application from all the others, right? Someone asked me, if I go to say of Adidas or the Infront site, there are all the positions that are there are public. Can't I just go and apply for a position there, and then just wait to be called for an interview? Yes, you can. There are two differences. When you apply for a position there on their site, you're competing with all other hundreds and hundreds of people that are doing the same from all over. When you select that you're a job fair candidate, that you're going to be at the job fair, your application goes to a much smaller pool of CVs, of applications. So your chance to get an interview certainly increases. Okay? Now, this is an important question. What if I don't get invited for any interview? That might happen, okay? And what happens is you will still attend the job fair. You will be able to talk to every recruiter there, right? We tell all the recruiters, don't book all the interviews in advance. As I mentioned before, they all have 15 time slots of 20 minutes, starting at 10 and goes until 5:20 in the afternoon, right? And we'll tell them, don't book all of them, right? So of those 15 time slots, book maybe 10 only, maximum 12. Make room, make space for you to interview people that you meet online, right? Why? Because this is one of the advantages of the job fair, that they have this opportunity to meet you face to face. We had cases of people that applied for a job with a company and got a rejection. Say, sorry, your CV or your profile is not what we're looking for. Now, if that was anywhere else, that was the end, right? No chance, you're not going to get that job. Because the person was going to the job fair, he still had the opportunity to go to the booth, met the recruiter, had a chat with them, explained, listen, I think I know why you rejected my application, but I do think that I have a lot of transferable skills that can match what you're looking for. The recruiter was intrigued, invited him for a chat, had the interview there, and the person got a job, I think on the spot, to be frank, which is rare. Normally what you have at the job fair is say a first round of interview. Rarely you'll get out of the job fair with a job, perhaps an internship or something, but occasionally that happens. Let's see. Will iWorkinSport tell me if I will be interviewed? No, I already mentioned that before. I don't know the positions you're applying for, and we don't know. This is between you and the companies. It's private. They will get back to you. Okay, so we don't know. We don't get involved in it. Just check a few other things here. Renata Serra. There's a few more questions here from Muscan. Marcel as well. I'll get back to that in a bit later. Here, is there any guarantee that I will get a job if I attend the job fair? No, straight to the point. There's no guarantee whatsoever, right? And statistically, it is likely that you will not, right? And I will explain why. And I want you to also maybe change your mindset or understand the real value of the job fair, right? As you saw, I think we have 17 companies attending the job fair, right? So if you consider that all of them hire, say, one person, So we have 100%, ratio return there. So, or conversion, if you will. So 100% conversion. It's still only 17 people, right? So if we're going to have close to 300 people attending the event, right? That's maybe 5% or so. If in average, the companies all hire 2 people each, that's just over 30 people, 34 people that would be. And when I say in average, one hires 1, the other one hires 3, or one hires 0, the other one hires 4, an average. And it's still, there will be about 30 hires. If there's about 300 people at the event, it means that 270 will not get a job while the other 30 will, right? So it's important that you understand the many other, values that the job fair can deliver. For instance, right? Imagine that first you'll be able to understand the recruiter, the company, what they're looking for, right? So you'll be able to imagine that if you went there and you had an interview, you didn't get a job, once you know the company, you know what they're looking for, you meet the recruiter, you have better information for, to apply a next time, right? So creating a relationship is important. Understanding what they're looking for is important. So make sure that you connect with them. Make sure that you watch the presentations, right? Obviously, the other connections that you make with people attending the event can be very valuable as well. Okay, so there's many other benefits. Ideally, would be great for those that actually come out with a job from it, but it is very, very difficult. Even, as I said, if all recruiters, all companies hire 1 or 2 people each, okay? So what's the program of the job fair? Let me go back to the schedule here. When you go to your app, everything that you're seeing here, you can see it on your phone as well. Okay, so there's the lobby, and here there's the schedule. Then you have an option to show in 2 columns, the programming in the auditorium and in the exhibit hall. The exhibit hall is basically arrival and accreditation, and then the times of the interview time slots. Okay, as I said, starting at 10, 10:20, 10:40, 11, and so on and so forth. Here on the left, you will have an opening at 9:30. At 10, you have, let me give a zoom. You have a panel, industry trends, what sports organizations are looking for. Let me give a zoom here. These are the panelists: Nicola Rogers from World Aquatics, Julie Reed from Elevate, Robert Vispove, Total Workforce company, and Dominic will moderate that. The second panel, the first one will go over, market trends, really what companies are looking for, while the second, it's really practical tips from experts, how to get your CV to stand out, how to ace a job interview, and a few other things. we will have Cedric Bastos from Adidas, Bianca Brunner from Team Marketing, and Didier Rossi from FIBA. And that will be moderated by Joao Frigerio from Sport Carrière. These are the panels. Then what we'll have is, starting at 11:15, company presentations. 15 minutes each. We'll have FIBA, Adidas in front. Then we have a lunch break. Then Team Marketing, World Aquatics, Elevate, Staffing, Come On Sports, Sport 5, Sport Carrière. Then we have a break. At the end, we're going to have a coaching session with Dominique Goba. And the keynote presentation with Mariana Banuz, head of the FIFA Foundation. Right? So this is the events program. How will we access the events? All of you who already registered, you have your tickets, you have access to the platform, right? And for those that don't have it yet, you need to register. As I said, you're going to go to the iWorkinSport.com/job fair. You click on registration. You're going to go to, that takes you to this page here, and there you register. Okay. Then if you get an online ticket, all you have to do is to go back to the platform. If you're going in person, then you have to be in Lausanne. It's very, very easy to get to the Swiss Tech Convention Center. There's a metro line, the M1 will take you right there in front. Okay. Are tickets still available? Yes, they are. So basically, the way to go is that one. iWorkinSport.com/job fair. Register. You come to this page. Here explains a bit more what it is. So all the information that I'm giving, you have the information here. Then you click in register. So there are a few types of tickets, right? The corporate is for our corporate partners, the recruiters, the academic partners. There's the online tickets. Okay, this is the price of the online tickets, and here the explanation, what it provides, what it doesn't provide. Okay. And here you will you go to delegates and job seeker. You have two options here, okay? The early birds are closed, so sales ended. The regular one is the delegate pass. It's 450 francs, Swiss francs. And we have one that is premium delegate pass. Now, the delegate pass will give you access to the job fair on June 5th. The premium delegate, in addition to the job fair, will give you access to activities at the Olympic Museum with the recruiters and academic partners. So if you have that, you will join us at around 7:30 for a networking aperitif. And then you also sit with the recruiters to have dinner, and will also participate in the Most Attractive Employers in Sports Awards that takes place during that dinner. All right, we have only a very limited number of tickets for it. And this is how you purchase them. You go here, select one, then click and buy tickets. And here, if you have a discount code, you will include here, and then you have the discounts before you continue the presentation. Okay. I see that there's more comments, and we're gonna get there in a second. There's just 2 more questions here, and then I'll get to those. Is there a dress code? Listen, it's not black tie. Probably you won't really enter in shorts and flip-flops, but you know, you can go in jeans and a polo shirt if you want, if that's your style. Depends what you're applying for. Normally, people will dress formally as if they are applying for a job, right? Suit, tie really is not required. You know, women as well. We would say a business attire is the recommended dress code for the day. Okay. And what advice would you give to someone to make the most out of the event? This is the last one that I will share with you now, and then I'll go back to your questions. Well, there's a few pieces of advice that I will share with you. First one is prepare for the event, right? You know what companies will be there. So there's no reason for you to go and get to a company that maybe you're not familiar with. I mean, I'm sure that you know Adidas, and I'm sure that you know CAF, and well, several others. But let me actually just, I'll share something here with you. Give me just 1 minute. So what I was saying is, you know many of these companies, so it's easy to find information about them. But even others that you don't know, maybe you don't even know if you're interested in those companies, prepare. Look for information about them in advance. And I'll tell you why. Imagine that I'll show you again the list of companies that will be there, right? Here, that have already posted jobs. So Adidas, everybody knows, and CAF. Okay, say Come On Sport, for instance. You don't know Come On Sport, never heard of them, don't know if you would be interested in working with them. You know, obviously you want to find out more about them. But if you when you go and meet the company representatives there, right? And just ask, so what do you do? Who are you? What's that about? Tell me more about your company. You're going to be just the same as everybody else, right? If you do some research and you have some specific questions about the company, when you go and talk to them, and you already show that you did some homework, then you will get to know more about the company, but they will have a very good impression about you. So imagine that once you get to know the company, you say, wow, this position is really cool. Partner Success Manager, and I wasn't what I was expecting. If you like the position and you like the role and you're suddenly interested, but the person is not really interested in you because you didn't do any homework, then it's too bad for you. If you show some interest, I think you have a much better chance to to land a job or be successful in your interview there. The other thing is, as strange as this may sound, I see a lot of people that are just hanging out there with friends. It's very, especially when you go in a group, it's very easy to, hang out there with people that you know. So you'll get together in a high table, you're just talking sort of to each other. And I'd say that this is a waste of time. Okay, most of the time, this is a waste of time, right? I would spend my time there in two ways. Either actually lining up to talk to someone, to one of the recruiters, or if you want to rest, or you want to prepare somehow before you do another round, there will be presentations at the auditorium the whole time. So go and hang out there, even if you need to do some research or something. Why am I saying that? First, because you will be listening and you will be learning from the companies there. But also, just by being there and listening to them speaking, you will also in my view, will be making a good impression with them. And they are the recruiters. So imagine that would be a bit almost upsetting imagine a presenter, they go there, they prepare a presentation, they make the presentation, and they go out, and 5 minutes later or half an hour later, you come and ask him something exactly what he just talked about. Okay, they will repeat and they will be nice with you, but I think it's a wasted opportunity. Now, if they see that you are there, you're showing interest, and you come to talk to them, and you mention part of what they talked about at their presentation, that person will be flattered, will understand that you're really interested in them, will see you in a different light, and I really believe that your chances will increase a lot. So I definitely recommend that. I mean, it's very demanding the day. You're standing the whole time. You're talking. It's tiring. Okay, it's exhausting. But if you need to, get your energy back, I would do that at the auditorium. Right. These are my tips. Now, we're getting to the end. I hope you find some of that useful. Oh, by the way, there's, I think, I can see about 20 people here on YouTube. Would you be so kind to, hit that like button so, the algorithm helps our channel? That would be very kind of you. And obviously, if you think that this information could be helpful to anyone that you know, share that with them as well. Right, so let me go back to questions here in the chat. Just going back. Bear with me a minute. So, can we apply multiple positions? We'll already answered that one. Muskin here asked what roles we'll be hiring for. I already mentioned it will be a community manager and a sales executive position, both of them remote, right, and part-time. But those can be quite interesting roles, right? We have a very, very nice testimonial of Andrew Koch, who's working with us at the moment. Marcel says, at the beginning you mentioned, let me just move this. At the beginning you mentioned that we can prepare for a job fair, not just by CV cover letter. Can you share with us some useful tips? Marcel, I think I did now, right? The companies that will be there. use LinkedIn, try to figure out who may be representing the companies there, who are people, in talent acquisition, in HR. That some of them will be announced, some of them already shared some things on LinkedIn on behalf of the companies, right? Try to understand, the company before you get there, because if you just, go to, I don't know, Adidas, and you don't have, you're unable to show some connection that they should be interested in you, I think the default answer from them or any other companies will be, yeah, we do have loads of positions, this is our website, check it out, there's many opportunities there, right? So prepare what they call an elevator pitch, right? Perhaps a different one for each company. And don't dismiss the companies that you don't know, right? It's a very interesting story. Even like in the first edition, we had a company called Maikuju participating, from a friend of ours, Pedro Preza and others. And nobody knew that company. They went on to be later acquired by 11 Sports and then by the Zone. So they had the whole process of a startup, of creation, growth, and exit. And I remember when it started, nobody was lining up to speak with them. It was a bit, empty. Then they had the opportunity to go and present it at the auditorium. It was a super cool company, very nice startup. And after that, there was a line of people wanting to talk to them. And I think they still have the record of our job fair. I think they hired 5 people from that job fair alone. Right. I think maybe UEFA got more when they were recruiting for the Euros 4 years ago. But yeah, so it was a startup. Nobody knew, and they hired 5 people there. Some of them are still there. Right. Well, were still there. They, as I said, they were acquired. They were until the end of the process. Right. So don't dismiss any company. So Renata asks, are the positions only open for Europeans or with European visa, or will it have positions worldwide? No, there will be positions worldwide. They are mostly all in Europe, but there are companies who can more easily hire international people, right? The International Olympic Committee is one of them. Adidas is another one, full of very, very international people. Other federations here can also hire international people if they can prove that that they need them, right? So the World Aquatics or the ISU, the International Skating Union, and we have a company coming from outside Europe as well. So the African Football Confederation will be looking mostly for Africans, right? So yeah, there are opportunity for internationals. Moscan again asks, thanks for the participation, man. Or, girl, I can see sorry, I can see very well. Do companies have a quota for hiring people at the job fair? Does it raise our chances? I don't really understand what you mean by quota. They can come and hire as many people as they want. Mostly the standard agreement here is that companies that are there, they pay to exhibit, and they can hire as many people as they want and don't have to pay anything more for each hire. Okay. I don't know if I answered your question. If not, let me know. There's another one here. Is there any data from the previous events about the number of people hired or the people hired per company? Is it possible that the company hires no one? So, Muskan, I mentioned a few of those figures before. To be frank, we don't have a very precise number for a few reasons, as I just explained. The majority of companies, they go there, they just pay to exhibit, and it doesn't matter if they hire 0, 1, 2, 3, or how many people that they hire. They don't need to tell us, right? They don't need to pay us anything in addition to that. So we don't really follow. We don't have a precise number of people that got hired exactly, right? We have several cases here and there. I mentioned Mike Cujo hiring 4 or 5 people at once. There was a year when UEFA got, I think, nearly 10 before the Euros. There's a few others that people reach out to thank us, and many of them are happy to record a testimonial, saying that the job fair really helped them getting hired, right? Some others, I come to know about it a few years after. When I go to a company, there was a case, I was visiting a company maybe 2 or 3 years after someone was hired at the job fair, and they are looking at me, and like they knew me because obviously I presented at the job fair, but I couldn't remember them. And they came, "Oh, I was at your event 2 years ago, and I actually had an interview with this company there, and so I'm very grateful." So there are, it's a bit like that. So we don't have very precise numbers, but we have many, many, many nice stories to tell. Okay, but the same, again, being very frank, the same way that we do have these very nice stories to tell, there's also companies that will come and will not hire necessarily at the job fair. And just to complete the information, there's several cases where a company comes to the event hiring for a specific position. For instance, the example that I mentioned before, that someone came to talk to me at the company, was a sports marketing agency. They were hiring at the job fair for sponsorship roles. They made all the interviews. They did all the interviews. And then after a month or so, they closed the position without hiring anyone. But then the media department opened a very, very similar position. What sponsorship did was, listen, we met a few nice people at the job fair. You might be interested in talking to them. This other department actually reached out to some of those people. They continued to have another interview, and they ended up being hired for a different position for which they applied, but very much linked to the job fair. Okay. Questions continue to come. So if a recruiter selects, let me think this will help. Aha. Well, not really. If a recruiter selects our profile for an interview, will it be updated on the app website? No. As I said, it's not really done through the app. You apply, will be either via email, either via their own system. They will collect that information. They will get back to you, and basically they will send you perhaps an email saying, please meet us at our booth at, and they will give you the time of the meeting. Okay. Are there any UK-based roles recruiting? Yes. Let me see how many. I can't remember now of Major Events International is an English company. So they're hiring that one particularly in the UK. And I think that's it really. But you have companies like Team Marketing, for instance. They do have offices in the UK as well. Perhaps it's very much worth a conversation with them about that. Do you also recommend for recent graduates to attend this fair? Are there many entry-level jobs available? Hi, Emiliana. Yes, 100%. And we can also facilitate for graduates to attend with a special rates for them, okay? Some are actually joining as volunteers too. And there are a few internships here. Okay, the IOC are looking for interns. I think FIBA is looking for interns. The Stade Lausanne Uchi Football Club is looking for interns. There are a few entry-level opportunities as well. Like Adidas, as I said, they have up to 60 roles. Some of them are entry-level too. So, yes. Nicholas asked if there will be more companies than the ones already announced. No, it's unlikely. I don't think so. And never say never, but don't count on it. There will be other companies, say, attending and with representatives there, but without a booth. For instance, there will be a presentation by Sport5, right? Big agency. They have an office here in Lausanne, Switzerland as well, and many other places in the world. And so while they're not really with the stands and there to recruit, you will be able to meet the representatives that, will be able to give you some information about the company, maybe even help you with the contact. But you need to get in touch with them. Okay? I think this is it. I think we answered every question. There's a hello here from Mamé Paulo from Brazil. Thank you for watching, Mamé. And yeah, listen, I think this is it. I hope that you found that useful. Obviously, everyone that is in contact with us or already registered, you can always, via the website, get in touch with us. If you want to reach out with more questions, you can connect with us on LinkedIn or via email. So info@iWorkinSport.com. Let me see if I have that somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I think this is it. So thank you to everybody that is here until the end. If you didn't hit that like button and if this was useful, please do that for us. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in Lausanne at the job fair, right? And if you have more questions, just let us know. Well, just a couple more comments getting here. Jose, what is it? Thank you. And Marcel, thanks everybody for being here. And yeah, hope that this was useful. Good luck at the job fair. I hope you have a wonderful time. Usually it's a really, really nice experience. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Okay. Oh, by the way, last thing, if you're still watching here and you haven't registered to or join our community, We Work in Sport, you can go to weworkinsport.com, right? And join for free, right? Also, yeah, we have discounts for several events, including the job fair. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.